What up everyone, it's your boy Xman87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends news video, and what I have for you today is a recap of the Marvel Legends Fan First episode on December 16th, 2021, the last live stream of the year, and they had some big reveals that day. All of these reveals you see will be slated for a Spring 2022 release, unless subjected to change. I know I'm a couple of days late as I've been super busy for the holidays, and I really wanted to talk about this, and I know a lot of my viewers want to always hear my thoughts, so let's go! Before I get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Especially leave a like if you are hyped for all the new Marvel Legends reveals coming next year. Now with that said, for real this time, let's go! Before the live stream even began, Hasbro dropped some huge bombs on us. Let's first start with this Target exclusive Deluxe Ragnarok. This is an incredible set. Love the cyborg parts we get here and the swappable heads and hands. We get a spinning hammer effect, finally, to display with a Legends Thor. I currently use the Marvel Selects, but this will probably be much better in weight for your Thor to hold. All the scriptures are sculpted on the hammer, which is odd since it should be plain and look blurred out to represent a spinning effect. Anyways, I'm hyped for this, a great deluxe offering here. The next Thor Deluxe is the San Diego Comic-Con re-release of Ulik the Troll, and it'll be a Walmart exclusive. 2 new head sculpts, he has his hammer and hands to hold it, as well as the addition of his necklace, which wasn't included on the San Diego Comic-Con one. The SDCC had the better paint apps, but this has the better offerings for accessories and playability. I like this one more. One of the biggest surprises for me was the reveal of Jigsaw. That'll continue the supervillains trend, but again, it's a Walgreens exclusive to the US, GameStop for Canada. This is one of the most gruesomely awesome face sculpts to date. Hasbro keeps killing it with the villains. Same typical suit body in white. Love the accessories here. Knives, machete, aluminum like baseball bat, a shotgun with muzzle effects. They could have really gotten away with a Mr. Negative alternate head and hands here. That would have been a huge seller, but he'll sell regardless as this is the first time we get a Legends Jigsaw since Toy Biz in the early to mid 2000s. One of my most anticipated releases of 2022. Another great deluxe offering is this Target exclusive, yet again, Defender Strange from the Multiverse of Madness film. I absolutely love this huge portal ring sling effect here. I'm so glad that they did one. Didn't see this being done, to be honest. This is a great surprise for me. The figure looks badass with this new costume, similar to his black and red costume in the comics of this one. A dope ass figure. Speaking of Doctor Strange, we get his second wave since his first wave back in 2016, and I really like what I'm seeing here. We get Doctor Strange's main look for the movie as the anchor of this wave. I like the classic comic looking chest emblem implemented for his MCU costume. I like the traditional torso crunch we're seeing here instead of that ball jointed waist on the last few MCU Strange figures. New legs, new cape. Basically, everything is new here except for the effects. Then we get his Astro form. This time it's not an all-white translucent plastic. It is colored in. He has a very ghostly looking face, but he's on the No Way Home body, which I do not like. So I already know what to expect with this, and this is already my least favorite of the wave. Next we get an Mcu America Chavez. Not gonna lie, I'm a bit salty that we get an MCU figure of her first before a comic version. Still copping this as I always support all my Puerto Rican characters. Sadly, back to single jointed elbows for this one, but the figure looks good still. The jacket and sneakers look great. The new legs also, I dig it a lot. Master Mortal came out looking tough. I like the long dreads as it makes him look tougher. Good choice of accessories. The sculpt is great too, which is why I always appreciate MCU figures for their unique sculpting. So much better than the last Mortal figure. Wong? Finally, we get a freaking Wong figure. He looks so awesome. Reused ring sling effects and a sword for accessories. The design patterns on his costume looks good. Overall, excited to add a new character on my MCU shelf. Sleepwalker is a surprise to see here, and it's a good fit. Despite the Bucky Cap reuse, the new parts make him look good. The Hobgoblin tattered cape is a good choice. His face sculpt looks so cool. He has this glow in the dark kind of color tone going on. Don't know if it'll do that, but hey, I'll still take it. Despair we've already seen before from PulseCon, but he's officially a part of this wave, so here's another look at him. The Build-A-Figure for this wave is Rentra, the movie version and not comic, so he has this gi on as a part of his clothing. I can definitely see these legs being reused for Gorgon. We need to complete the royal family for the Inhumans. Pretty interesting bath here, and hopefully I see a Shumagorith Deluxe sometime soon. Now for the next Marvel Legends 20th anniversary reveal is the Hulk. He has a darker deco and better wash on his pants, a new Gamma Smash effect base which looks great and it'll serve wonders for some photography. Extra head and hands, a battle damage Mandroid head, and lastly a diorama backdrop. One thing I have to get off my chest here is the absurd pricing. $43.99? Yes, that's right. I hate the term cash grab, but this is worse than that. It's straight up robbery. A deluxe Hulk like Red Hulk, Compound Hulk, and such was normally $30. For $14 more, you have to pay for the same figure that has a tiny ass base, an extra head, which both of them do not look good in my opinion. Looks like he's got a zucchini for a bottom lip. He looks like a gorilla, and the hairdo is awful. A Mandroid head that's useless, which the color doesn't even match the Mandroid bath at all. Matches more of the AIM Mandroid that they teased back on a San Diego Comic-Con display a few years ago. Unless they have that Mandroid planned for next year and you can use this battle damage head as an alternate head for that, then I could see use for it, and you get a tiny piece of cardboard. You know I'm one of their influencer partners, but I'll always keep it 100 with you and myself. I'm not with this at all. I'm sorry, but this is pushing and shoving the consumer the wrong way. What is Hasbro thinking of charging a solo figure for a 2-pack price, or at least close to with nowadays pricing? It's some greedy BS. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Try scoring this one if it goes on clearance for the deluxe price that it should be at the $30 to $32 price point. Maybe on Amazon or something. But moving on from this, we just gotta wait for Toad, who will be the next reveal. I can't wait to see how that one comes out. I'm sure everyone will be all over him in this series. Now time for my favorite part of the live stream, and it was the reveal for the new X-Men wave in its entirety. First up is Vulcan, who we get a first look at the product shot and not the digital renders seen before on PostCon. This new male standard body has a great muscular build. Face sculpt is very nice. I like this. It came out so good. Next up is Darwin on the Pizza Spider-Man body. Looking like the Chupacabra here. I see what they're doing here by bringing in another character from that X-Men Deadly Genesis team. I love team building and I'm down for it. Then we get a new Wolverine, and this costume is dope. At first glance, I got overexcited thinking it was the astonishing X-Men Wolverine, but it wasn't, sadly. This does have the similar pattern design on the sides of his body. I like the mix of the bright yellow, dark blue, and black colors. The heated claws are my favorite new feature on this. I'd love to photograph this and make those pop. You know me, I've said it a million times, I want any and every Wolverine figures they make. Always good to follow up Wolverine with a Sabretooth figure. This is his classic look based on his first appearance in Iron Fist when he was scrawny, not the big massive brute depicted in his later years. He's on the Grim Reaper body with all new added fur pieces. He has a crazy looking face. I believe those are new claws and feet. I could be wrong, but regardless, still looks great on him. My biggest takeaway is that they indeed acknowledge getting a Sabretooth on the Omega Red body, and they'll get to it. So pretty much a 90s Jim Lee Sabretooth on the Omega Red body is in the works. That'll be my most wanted Sabretooth figure ever when it happens. One of my favorite reveals was Siren. Finally. I know you're probably going to hear me say finally a lot, but that's how excited I am. Like, finally, we're getting a lot of things that at least I want. I can only speak for myself here. Sadly, no Banshee, but I'll take Siren for now. She's on the Shriek body with some new parts for her wrist and ankles. Opened hands are new for the females. Love that they are using a fabric cape for her so it'll be easiest to pose. I would have hated the Black Bolt style of having the wings sculpted and stuck in one position, so I'm just in the minority of those who love soft goods. I hope she has a screaming head for an accessory. Beautiful default head sculpt though, looks very pretty. Classic Havoc is freaking sick with this new plasma aura effect. This was the teaser in PostCon that we all thought was a puddle. My god, they killed it here. This is like accessory of the year for 2022. Finally, something new instead of having those played out bubble effects we've been getting for the last 6 years. He has 3 in total. one connecting to his back and the other two on his wrist, and you can spin it like a fidget spinner if you want to. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Blown away here, and this is now one of my most anticipated figures for next year. The next reveal follows up with another teaser from PostCon that showed Innie and Minnie on the Havoc Plasma effect, which is Maggot. This dude looks straight up awesome. He's on the Hercules body since he has a big stature, and it's a great reuse here to make it look comic accurate. You can see how he can hold Innie and Minnie around his wrist, forearms, and shoulders. New bigger arms that are pinless. The face sculpt is amazing. They nailed this Maggot 100%. The bath. Oh my god. The bath has been revealed as Bonebreaker, which we've all been suspecting since the introductory of the Reavers into the Legends line. But it's so good to finally see it happen, and he looks absolutely incredible. Lots of functional play with this guy. The barrels on the back of his tank are removable, and you can make it pop out to launch at your figures to knock them down. He has a hatch in the back as well where you can place his accessories for storage. Extra hands are confirmed for him. The missile-like launcher on the front part of his tank can rotate. You can plug in some blast effects in there too. A new crazy cool looking rifle. Face sculpt is stellar. The glasses are pinned onto his head so you don't have to worry about them falling off, and will have the ability to flip them up. The only feature missing is the treads not being able to roll. They are a layered piece at least, so they do look real by looking like they roll. How can you not love this figure right here? It's a dude that has a tank for legs. I'm calling it that this figure has one foot in the door, or I should say one tread in the door, to be on my top 10 list for next year. Would have been nice to see Pretty Boy as another Reaver in this wave, but it's great to see the Reavers finally expanding. No word yet on when this will go on pre-order. In Marvel Legends livestream tradition, the final teaser in this episode is a backpack. No word on how or who it'll be released with, but I'm hoping it's a Spider-Cat accessory for a future Gamerverse Miles Morales figure. Overall, a great fan first episode, and I'll say the reveals here were better than their showing at PostCon, which were a majority of repaints. We're gonna have an amazing year of Legends for 2022. Now I kick it back to you. What are your favorite reveals? Who are you most excited for? Jigsaw, Ragnarok, Defender Strange, Bonebreaker, and the rest of the new X-Men wave are my favorites. As always, comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. And that was my recap, so please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, link is in the description below. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next video. Peace, peace.